The movie starts with Deadpool seems confused as there is something happened, so he opened the cooking gas and let it on, then sleeps on 1,200 gallons of high-test fuel while smoking. A few seconds later he threw the cigarette which fell in one of the gallons and explodes. While the explosion happens, Deadpool says the F-word towards Wolverine. Later on we get to know that the cause of all this starts 6 weeks ago, where Deadpool was in mission of killing gangsters and murderers. First was in Hong Kong where he kills a bunch of guys, and then he went to Sicily. While killing in Sicily he even says let's see Captain America do that. And then he went to Biloxi, then Osaka where he fought and kills samurai guys who were having a good time in their bathtubs. Lastly the mission was in Home Sweet Home of Deadpool, where he manages to kill some guys but couldn't get the leader, because he was running out of time to go to his anniversary, but also another gang group had arrived. While enjoying the anniversary, Wade and Vanessa were invaded by the same guy who Deadpool didn't kill the last time. A fight happens but unfortunately Wade's girlfriend Vanessa was shot. This makes Wade feels guilty, so he chases the guy down and after manages to catch him, he kills him properly this time. The guilty of Vanessa dying makes Wade to live in so much pain, that's the cause he tries to kill himself in different ways. Especially after being advised by Al that we can't really live till we've died a little. First he jumps in the polar bear place, then he drinks a clog clear and jumps off the top of building. Unfortunately he didn't die. That's when he went to explode himself with the 1,200 gallons of fuel test which we saw on the first place. While on the Soul World, Wade can't get to Vanessa and he was told by Vanessa that his heart is not at the right place. Thereafter Colossus went to Wade's house and takes him to the Xavier School of Mutants in a bag, as his parts of the body were scattered. At the Xavier's school, Colossus gives Wade some of the rules. One of them is no killing anyone no matter how bad. On the other side we see an Essex house for mutant rehabilitation, which a boy named Russell was taken to. The purpose of this school is to make them not use their gifted powers, as the headmaster tell them so that the powers will never use you. The kids were tortured which caused Russell to react and start burning things off. That's when the X-Men decided to go alongside Deadpool, which was his first mission as an X-Man. After reaching to the incident, Deadpool tried to cool down the kid with some silly jokes, which makes the kid blast them, starting with Negasonic, then Colossus, then Deadpool. At that time the kid had given himself the Fire Fist name. Deadpool managed to stop the kid by hitting him with the handle part of the sword. The kid was locked with power dampening collar so he can't use his powers. That's when Deadpool sees the mark on Russell's neck. When asked, Russell tells Deadpool that they hurt him, and he would prefer to be taken to the icebox than staying there. Deadpool didn't like the kid being hurt, so he started shooting and Colossus went to stop him. Also he was captured and locked with a power dampening collar then taken to the icebox. On the future world a guy named Cable found his family burnt down. With grief he decides to travel back in time to kill the person who is source of the deaths of his family, and that person is Russell. After reaching to the present world, Cable gathered a lot of guns, then while watching the news he saw Russell, and he get to know that he was taken to the icebox prison. In the icebox prison Russell tells Wade they should find the biggest guy in the cell and make him their friend. But Wade seems to have lost hope because his powers are gone and he is suffering from cancer again. While eating, a group of prisoners approached Russell and Wade. Wade when asks if they know each other, the guy introduced himself as Black Tom Cassidy and Wade replied that he is White Wade Wilson. A fight occurred which led the police to interfere and return the prisoners to their cells. Russell tells Wade they make a great team, but Wade tells him they're not a team, and he should find a strongest person to make a friend with, than him who is dying of cancer. This makes Russell very sad. Suddenly Cable invades the prison in search of Russell. He manages to locate the cell no of Russell. Wade tries to defend Russell from Cable which led to a fight. During the fight Wade fell off and broke his bones but also the power dampening collar broke. So Wade gains his power again. While fighting Cable, Wade was asked why does he care about the boy, and he responds that he doesn't care for anyone which Russell manages to hear, and he decides to find another person to make a friend. A fight between Wade and Cable continues. Unfortunately, Wade was overpowered and decides to pull a grenade pin which explode and lead to Wade and Cable thrown out of the icebox prison. For a second time Wade enters the soul world but can't get to Vanessa. Vanessa tells Wade, "Kids, give us a chance to be better than we used to be." Wade seems to remember about the kid, and that's when he decides to not abandon the kid. In prison, Russell decides to make a friend with the biggest guy in prison, the Juggernaut. Wade plans to recruit a team to help him rescue the kid, as there was information of prisoners to be transferred to another supermax prison. Dopinder wanted to join but he was rejected. The recruited were Bedlam, who can distort electrical fields, Zeitgeist, who can spit acidic vomit, Vanisher, Shutterstar, Domino, a girl with lucky power, and Peter, who has no superpower but type 1 and 2 diabetes, which makes Dopinder angry. The day of rescuing the kid, the weather was windy. Unfortunately, Wade's recruited team didn't survive except Domino, who has lucky power. Others didn't manage to land safely with their parachutes. Peter manages, but seconds later he was killed by the acidic vomit. On the other side, Cable kidnapped Weasel and was given all the information he needed, so Cable once again was after the kid. While Cable fights Deadpool, Russell did manage to open up the Juggernaut, who smashes the car and cause the accident. After the accident, Deadpool was ripped in half by the Juggernaut, which led Domino to carry him home. Cable also survives the crash, but he can't continue with his mission alone, so he went to Wade to ask for help, which Wade agrees. For another time, Deadpool went to ask Colossus for a help but also admit he was wrong. Colossus doesn't seem to want to help Deadpool, so Deadpool had to go with Cable, Domino, and Dopinder. When they reached, they found Russell had already got there with the Juggernaut. A huge fight occurred between Deadpool, Cable, Domino, and Juggernaut, while Russell was very eager to conduct his revenge to the Headmaster. Later on, Colossus came to help, as he doesn't want to give up on Deadpool, so Deadpool won't give up on the kid. While fighting the Juggernaut, Yukio and Negasonic came to help Colossus and managed to defeat the Juggernaut. Wade tried to stop Russell, who seems to be angry and wants to kill the Headmaster. Wade even puts the power dampening collar to convince Russell to stop want to kill the Headmaster. And that's when Cable decides to kill Russell by shooting him, and Deadpool takes the bullet which hit his heart and cause his death. Cable, with a change of heart, decides to travel back in time and put a coin on Deadpool's heart, which in present time the bullet will hit the coin and not the heart. After seeing that Russell had a change of heart and decides to stop taking his revenge on the Headmaster. Unfortunately, the Headmaster was killed by Dopinder, who crashed him with his taxi. The kids were rescued and taken back to the X-Men mansion. Later, Yukio and Negasonic fixed Cable's time travel watch for Deadpool, who used it to clean the timelines. First he went back in time and saved his girlfriend Vanessa, then saves Peter, then kills the 2008 Deadpool, then kills the Green Lantern Wade, and lastly he went to kill Hitler, but he is not a type of guy who can kill a kid, so he ended up changing his diapers. And that's it for today, lads. See you next time.